all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back here on Jared the Bossman Show. We're here with Lehigh Mountain Hawks head coach Brett Reed with us. Coach Reed, how things going up there in Pennsylvania for you guys today?
You know what? It's going pretty well. We've got less than a week before the start of our first game, so we're excited about that. We got a lot of work to do, but we've got a pretty decent team coming back, and we've got a program that's had a lot of pride and has won a lot of games.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, you head into year 13 leading the Mountain Hawks. What do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment since you took over the program full-time as the head man in 2007?
Well, I'm really proud of bringing a level of credibility to this program. You know, we've had some pretty strong moments over the course of history with some teams that were pretty good, but overall I think we've elevated where our program status is, that we're consistently in championship contention, and that's a great experience for our student athletes, and it gives them something, even our alums, to be proud of. That, combined with, you know, the success that our graduates are having in their lives after basketball, is really key. But, you know, it's also cool to be part of one of the biggest upsets in all of college basketball, and that's beating Duke in the NCAA tournament, a great Duke team. And, you know, it's fun to have your team compete at a national level and do so well.
Yes, indeed. I do remember that when you guys upset Duke. I was very happy for you guys doing that because, you know, down here we don't like we're not Duke fans down here in the ATL, as you probably can imagine.
No, I completely understand. There's, you know, it was funny. Our game was in North Carolina, And you would think, oh, well, there's a lot of Lehigh contingency there, Duke contingency there. But, interesting enough, there were a lot of Carolina fans. So to some degree, when we started getting it going a little bit, all those Carolina fans jumped on board too.
Yes, indeed. I do remember that very well, watching there on TBS there. Now, Coach, you're coming off of a 21 season last year. So what did you all prioritize this offseason to try to get to the NCAA tournament again, punch that ticket this year, and be better and peak right there when it's time for that Patriot League tournament to come around there?
Yeah, that's one of our goals. We want to be there. We want to be playing in March and represent the Patriot League in the tournament. This last year we could really shoot the ball well. We led the country in three-point percentage, and we had a lot of guys that really wanted to fill it up, and they did a good job. This year I think we're a little bit more complete. We have a little bit better length and athleticism, a little bit more versatility with what we do and how we're going to attack the game. We're going to rely on some people stepping up into bigger roles and even some younger players that kind of have to produce on the college level, even though they've been a little bit unproven. But I think that they've got the skill sets, and they're already kind of showing that they can do that in our preseason practices. So I think we'll be a little bit different than we were last year, where we won 20 games. I think that was the second time in 3 years that we were able to do that, which is a nice milestone and a nice little plateau for a college basketball program, particularly on the mid-major level that goes on the road a lot and plays games versus having all their games at home. So I hope that we can build on our unselfishness and our skill level, but also add a little bit more elements of defense and toughness that will make us just overall a better team.
And speaking of building, Coach, who are some young men this offseason you want to highlight for our listening audience who really has improved over the spring, summer, and the early fall this year? What was their strength, their skill on the court, their just awareness and their readiness to play this year? Because I know for coaches that spring to this early part before November kicks off is about skill and player development. So what's some guys who really stood out to you so far? It's really you want to highlight for our fans out here listening.
Well, it's really interesting. We got a player that was pretty dynamic and showed some major flashes of what you're talking about. Jordan Cohen, he's a senior this year, and now he's like kind of poised. It's not so much that it was really a big development of his skill. I just think there's like the understanding like, hey, I'm a senior. This is my team. I can step forward, and his production has been great. And I think that kind of comes with the confidence and the sense of understanding, like, you know what, I'm established, and it's time for me to lead. Another player that really had a great spring for us is Jameril Wilson, who's a sophomore. He's like a 6'7" kind of swing player, and he's really made kind of a major leap and a major development in skill level. And when he's on, he looks pretty good. And then obviously we've got another returning player who's been really good for us, and that's James Harnick. James is a center. He's been kind of like a workman-like type of player for us in his first 2 years within our program. He'd rebound the ball well. He played really hard. He could finish above the rim, and he just played with a toughness and an urgency to him, which was awesome. Now he's getting a little bit more skilled. He's making a few more plays for his teammates, passing out of the post, or even in drive and kick or dribble handoff situations on the perimeter. So, those guys have taken some steps, and I'm really proud of it.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, also, I feel like with the success you had, the sustained success you had at Lehigh, that you're more of a national brand. Especially up this sudden Duke, people can know Lehigh. Oh, I remember that school. They beat Duke. They win constantly in the Patriot League. So I feel like you can recruit guys outside Pennsylvania now, too, that just really really fits your mold, whether it be a grad transfer or a transfer that needs to sit one and then play one or two, a JUCO guy, a prep school guy, international guy, or flat out high school senior that you want to see develop in year 3 and 4 where they get stronger and better at learning the game a little bit more.
Well, I appreciate your recognition of the program strength. And if that is resonating with people who kind of observe college basketball, that's really cool for a guy who's trying to put his efforts into a program and continue to build it. So, that's kind of music to my ears. But, yeah, you know what? I think it's nice because it complements what is a great academic profile of Lehigh University. Lehigh is one of the top academic schools in the entire country. And the benefits we can provide for our graduates, the way in which they're prepared, is fantastic. So when you have a good basketball brand and you have a great school and you can merge those two things together, like you said, you can draw kids from a lot of different areas, a lot of different parts of the country that want to have that best of both worlds, a great degree and a strong basketball program, a chance to win and, be a part of something special.
And, Coach, I'll try to encourage young men down here in Georgia to look outside of Georgia, because I feel like you become a man more. You can grow more as a person if you go outside of state of Georgia and do that. For me, I'm from Florida. I went to school in Tennessee for a reason. I wanted to grow. I wanted to become better. I wanted to learn on my own and trial and error, kind of become more of a man. Let my coach mold me into a man. I feel like a coach like yourself, a lot of coaches around in the country, if a young man leaves home and trusts that coach helped him become a better husband, father, lawyer, business person. Because once the shoes are hung up, you go into the game of life. You got to be prepared the right way. I feel like you get more out of it if you're away from home and having to go through adversity away from home and grow and become stronger. And when you come back, you are a better man for it afterwards.
Well, the college years are a great developmental time. People have a chance to leave home, experience new things, start to try on their own identity and live into personal responsibility. When you have to do that further away from home, like, you got to grow up a little bit more quickly than somebody who can come home or have mom and dad do their laundry, every single weekend. Like, you've got some experiences that are going to prepare you for the next phase of your life. And, it's interesting. If you look at our roster, we've got guys from all over the country. So it's not abnormal for us to have guys from the South or the West Coast, and then they come in and, they got to figure things out. But they have a lot of people here, including our coaching staff, but certainly well beyond that really want to see them be successful. They want to be invested into their academic performance and success, even professors, and just across the board, there's a lot of people who care. And when you combine the opportunity for growth and an environment that really nurtures and encourages you to grow, that's where young men and young women, at least at Lehigh, really take big steps and spread their wings, and they prepare themselves for their future, and they're ready to fly and soar.
You got that right, Coach. You may mention of it a little briefly, but looking at your schedule outside of the Patriot League schedule, which is very tough if you ask me, you have some high major road games at Virginia Tech, right down the road from me at Auburn. Also, you have some quality mid-major matchups as well. So what is getting to play these games do for the Lehigh brand? We guys kind of talked about recruiting-wise. I feel like it really helps the brand as well. But in your mind, what's it do for the brand and do for your team as you get ready to jump into the Patriot League play, which is very tough as well?
Well, it's been pretty cool because we get a chance to challenge ourselves against perceived really strong teams throughout the entire country. And since I've been here, we've beaten, whether it's Mississippi State or DePaul or Arizona State, and those are great experiences for our guys to have memories about over the course of time. And also a little bit of an indicator like, basketball is legit at Lehigh, and we can play and we can strap it up against just about anybody. But another dual purpose of it is we get a chance to take our guys home. Like I said, we have people who come from different parts of the country. So when they make that decision to fly over all these other schools to come to Lehigh, it's nice when we have the opportunity to be able to take them back home and let their family, their friends, their loved ones kind of share in that experience. That's part of the reason we're going to Des Moines, Iowa to play Drake. We got one of our players, one side of his family is from there. So he's going to have a lot of support, and they're going to take a lot of pride in being able to watch him play. We got a game against St. Mary's out of California, and, they're like a top 20 team in the country this year and are really, really strong. But we've got one of our players I mentioned earlier, Jordan Cohen, like he's got two brothers that live in that area. So it's a chance to kind of like get him home and get people in front of him. So, there's the competitive aspect, which we want to compete against some of the best, get tested to get us better for when we face our league opponent. And then there's also that little intangible aspect of being able to help guys have a pretty cool experience and allowing people who care about them to share in, kind of their journey of the season.
Now, Coach, since you all been good for a while, do you have a hard time getting people to schedule you? I can only imagine people don't want to play you at home for sure, and they're kind of skeptical playing you at their place as well because knowing how good you've been over the past few years there.
Well, I'm laughing because it's actually funny. It came up and approached this season. The answer is yeah. It becomes not only challenging but frustrating. We had a signed contract with an opponent, and I got a call after this contract signed months later. It's like, hey, we don't want to play you anymore. You're just too good. And I'm like, well, we're the same team we were before we signed the contract. Why do we enter into this agreement like I thought a contract meant something. They're like, no, we don't want to take that chance. So, I guess that comes with the territory of having a program that's had credibility and had sustained credibility for a long period of time. And, I'd rather have a scheduling problem than, let's say, a recruiting problem, because we're not very attractive, where somebody doesn't perceive they have a chance to win and to combine it with a great degree.
Yes, and the last one I got for you, coaches. I'll ask coaches question. Who are some guys who really impacted you in your career to make you the coach and person you are today?
Well, some of the most notable people for me are people that nobody would recognize. My dad was a coach. I grew up in Michigan. He actually won a national championship, was named National Coach of the Year at the junior college level. So I grew up kind of learning the game and learning why he approached things the way he did and how he was really he would really try to help the young men that he was with. My high school coach was a big influence for me. My first Division I coaching job was with Fran McCaffrey. I was volunteering as a director of basketball operations. I learned the basketball business from Coach Fran, who's now at Iowa. Billy Taylor is somebody that I have a great deal of respect for. He's currently an assistant coach at Iowa, but has been a Division I head coach and a former head coach here at Lehigh. So I've been fortunate to work with those people. And I also had a really unique experience. When I was living in North Carolina, I was at High Point University, and I had the luxury of working for a coach that was older, really experienced and mature, and his name was Jerry Steele. And he had a life perspective about the profession, and he could take a young guy like me, put his arm around me and say, hey, let me tell you some of the life lessons I've learned now that I'm more on the twilight end of the career, and this is something for you to think about. So, in every experience that I've been in, I certainly want to learn. Fortunate to be around some brilliant people that have really cared about me and wanted to help me. So I'm just really, thankful for those type of opportunities.
Well, Coach Reed, it was a pleasure to talk to you. I'm glad to have you on the show. Look forward to building a relationship with you going forward. Have you on more down the road. And best of luck to you down in Auburn and Virginia Tech, because those schools we don't cheer for in Georgia either. So best of luck to you at Auburn and Virginia Tech. Thank you so much for coming on today.
I'm happy to. Anytime we get a chance to talk some hoops and do that stuff, I love it. Let's go Lehigh Mountain Hawks.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Have a great one. Talk to you real soon now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, that's Brett Reed on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.